Mizzy World, here with my girl.
Hey, it's Pamela G, everybody. Welcome back.
Back to present. Let's talk about it. This week, what we gonna talk about, Pam?
So I'm excited. Not so much excited, but I'm looking forward to this content because if a lot of you don't follow a lot of the abortion regulations and laws that have been going on in our nation, then at least you're going to pay attention to this, and we can give you some more information
Facts.
on abortions and the laws and gag orders that are being forced against
Like
women.
if you don't pay attention to the news and all that, that's what we here to provide right now.
Right.
Because this is a real kind of type
Facts.
of alert, for real. You feel what I'm saying? For the hood and for most of our viewers, they're just normal, everyday people.
Right. So a lot of you who don't know, President Trump is nationwide trying to stop women and men from moving forward with any pro-choices that they have against conceiving a child. It's not banned. It's not totally in effect all over, but he just placed, I'm talking about today is Thursday, we're recording this, I don't know when you all will see this, but he put in effect a gag order that's literally prohibiting and stopping funding to certain states who receive government funding to not receive it anymore. And with
For
these,
abortions.
Right, for abortions.
Specifically. He has put in place a gag order against any family planning program that receives government funding for abortions from getting that funding for abortions moving forward. It's not illegal, I don't believe, because we just saw a story that's in Maine where this doctor, his office, I guess you would call it, his office has saved a lot of money, so they're going to keep doing the abortions just off of the money that they have saved because they're for the pro-choice. So what he has done is basically cut off the government funding for abortion. And if you've been keeping up on the news lately in general, rules and laws on abortions have been getting stricter and stricter across the nation, specifically in the South, in Georgia mainly. Because I know me and her were talking about the situation that happened in Georgia recently.
Oh,
but,
yes. Let's talk about that, please. Because Mizzy was telling me, I had no idea that over in Georgia, not only with the abortion law to ban it completely, stop women from getting abortions completely, they also want to charge the mother with manslaughter.
Or attempted murder.
Attempted murder if that woman and man decide to ultimately go get the termination done somewhere else.
I mean, I'm presuming that is case by case. If they charging you on attempted murder, even still, that's crazy because I mean, you're the one that's carrying the child, and I feel as though nobody should, especially while it's in you, at least. But yeah, and I heard that something had already happened, where a situation where someone had a miscarriage. Because they were shot and she was charged with attempted murder for losing her child after being shot. So you get shot, you lose your child, then you get charged with attempted murder.
That's extreme.
Now, I don't know how, I didn't do my research on the story. After I presented it to her, I was supposed to, but I didn't, y'all. So we ain't really going to delve into it much, but I do know that down south they are getting a lot stricter with their abortion laws and all that.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, ultimately, with this law and all of this gagging and stopping women and men from giving life, ultimately what this man is trying to do is to continue to stop us from being ultimately great. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, with this abortion law and him stopping it, it's not going to stop anything. It's not going to stop women from terminating pregnancies, as it didn't in the history of women terminating pregnancies. You know, women who are not financially well off, who can't, probably go to some of these clinics and get these abortions.
And damn sure can't take care of another human being when it comes.
That's why they made the decision to terminate. And for women who can't do it the correct way, as it's still going on right now, you know what I mean, with the laws not totally in effect. So with that being said, it's going to be more women, getting a coat hanger or going to these backyard clinics who are not sterilized, who are not licensed to go in already feeling shame that they have to make this decision about their life, and then coming out of that with more shame, having to know that they went to these backyard people, got infections, not able to maybe produce children anymore, and then you got to walk around with that stigma of knowing that you did that to yourself because now you're in a country where you can't be free of choice. So what that's doing, and that's a group of individuals when it comes to this abortion thing, because it's also women who are raped and who really ultimately are going to abort mission, what I'm saying? And then for a man to ultimately take away your choice to give life or to not give life, that's just ultimately tearing down us as women, as people, to not be able to be responsible enough, to hold that on your back, to not be responsible enough that the president is taking away your choice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
On such a huge decision on your life.
Exactly. How many of us are going to, if we have to make that decision again, how many of us are going to walk around feeling great, ultimately too great about having to make a decision under the stipulations here in the United States, if that decides to go into total effect? That's going to be a continuation of the genocide that we already living in on a greater scale. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, it is still hot pockets and hot dicks out here that's just going to be getting it. And it's just going to keep getting pregnant. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality, but it's very real. It's going to be a bunch of kids that are going to continue to be conceived. You know what I mean?
But I want to speak on. Do you think our community does rely on the abortion too much? I don't want to. I mean, this whole little gag order and what's going on down south is extreme. That's it's very extreme. But I do feel as though the abortions are too regular. You feel what I'm saying? I feel as though abortions are too common,
to kill your baby.
and I feel as though this is an extreme solution, but I do feel as though there should be a type of regulation on the amount of times maybe you go or sometimes you do this. Because, I mean, regardless of what you say under the regulations and all that, and of course, we don't want the females to go back to the hot coat hangers and falling down the steps and all that shit.
Real shit.
But even still, with all the science that they take into doing the abortions now, that's still a toll on your, not just your physical, but your mental cycle. You feel what I'm saying? So. And
I feel like this, you know what I mean? Because as a woman, let me tell you something. As a woman that had to make a decision to be pro-life or pro-choice, coming up in the hood where I come from and traumatized life cycles, when I was 20 years old, I got pregnant. I was straight out of high school. Mom bought me a brand new wheel. I was getting it, sexy, hot, riding around the city, doing my music. You know what I'm saying? Doing my music. This is real facts. And I'm going to tell you.
Feeling yourself.
Yes, I was feeling my fucking self. And I met up with, you know what I mean, multiple different people who promised me this and promised me that. And I got caught up, with a DJ who was promising me things. You know what I mean? And even though I came up as a woman very in tune with my body, very in tune with the human reproduction system and what the body can do, what two bodies can do, even though knowing all that, growing up on Discovery Channel, watching In the Womb, knowing that, having unprotected sex is going to lead to, other things. You know what I mean? Even still knowing that, when you're young, you do naive things. You just do it. You know what I mean? You just fucking do it. It's just something about your brain when you're young and you're feeling yourself that you can't tell nobody nothing.
Right.
And for me, you know what I mean? The shame that I got wasn't, the fear that I had wasn't going into the doctor, because I knew I had that choice. I knew I had that decision to go to Planned Parenthood and get you know what I mean, get the termination done in a sterile way. Right. My fear was that I'm 20 years old, I don't have nothing to offer myself. That's why I'm asking you know what I mean, that's why I'm not going through with this.
Right.
And having to go to my folks to ask for the bread for something that I thought I was so grown doing, and at the end of the goddamn day, I'm not grown at all. Exactly. I still got to come to y'all to help fix my issues that I know god darn good and well that I shouldn't be in. Right. And it's things like that that you have to think of, because what if I didn't have the decision to go to a sterile place?
Yeah.
What if I really didn't have the money to go to my folks and get, you know what I mean, so that I can, you know, have a safe, you know what I mean, surgery.
Yeah, right.
And it's just,
You
it's
can take
things
care
like
of it in
that.
the proper way.
Right. It's things like that. And it's like, y'all fund so many other things. You know what I'm saying? Fund things that y'all need to maybe be funding more, like potholage and shit like that. Y'all take so much money, but to take money from, you know what I mean, individuals who mess up sometimes, you know what I mean? And who may come out of the situation and probably won't ever do it again. Like I said, some people is just going to be hot pockets, and that's just what they're going to do. And if you talking about controlling the population, then you damn sure don't want to, you know what I mean, stop abortions across the board. But, you know, it's just about decision making and teaching your kids and letting them know, like, what life is for real. You know what I mean? Like we was just speaking about, life is not, they make kids seem to be like these fluffy, furry things that you give Cheerios and Captain Crunch to, and they're just so amazing, and you buy them a toy and sit them in front of the TV. No, these that's not life. When you choosing to give life, I want you kids to know, when you choosing to give life, you're choosing to really sacrifice your own life. And when you're doing that, you're saying that I'm at a point in my life where I can do so. You know what I mean? Because I have wisdom. I have the finances. I have the squad to give to you everything that I have. And if you want to continue to be naive enough to not know that, then you want to have a rough life. And,
Yeah, that is true. But, yeah, this gag order, it's really big news because, you really got the next election coming up real fast.
Right, it's almost
real
here.
fast.
I know it's a hot summer, but this shit about to be
It's
over.
coming up real fast.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? And you give them another 4 years, you never know what can happen. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stuff that's been happening rapidly, especially with this abortion subject. A lot of stuff has been happening rapidly this year with that subject. So you give him another 4 years, that may be an area where he has talked about attacking, where he could really attack it, unlike certain other areas where he's not really attacking it as hard or making such a movement on it, like such as the wall or stuff like that.
Because you gotta understand, like if you don't understand politics, like something I'm learning more every day, in every state is different. It's different politicians, it's different houses, it's Republicans, it's Democrats, and so on and so forth, like when you're voting. And what these people are doing, what they're in position to do is fight for your words, because there's too many of us. They're supposed to represent us. So, but at the end of the day, they can't do it alone. So when you're voting and you're in the streets and you're protesting, that's your word against whatever their word is that you don't want. So you have to fight and speak up and say, I don't want that. You got to let your politicians know that we don't want this in our state, in our country. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is hard. It's really hard. It's so many loopholes on top of loopholes when it comes to this shit, because at the end of the day, ban it or not, people are still going to do it.
Of course.
Check out a documentary, 32nd in Lancaster. It's about a doctor here in our own city, Philadelphia, where we are.
Just stay up on everything. And I don't know, I'm not gonna say keep an open mind, but definitely think about everything that's happening, because stuff is coming up real soon. And for whoever you are voting for president, if you're going to vote, make sure they're going to provide what you want. You're not just following, because we don't know what the
I know it's a lot of fun.
You don't know where the sheep going to lead you. And I mean, at the end of the day, on the left wing side, they split. They broken up. You feel what I'm saying? So
right, facts. Pay attention.
And it's looking strong for Trump. So you gotta we really gotta
They just
stay in tune. That's
wife.
going on.
They just told his wife. He just had a conference somewhere about something, I don't know. But video went viral. They just booed his wife and told him to send her back. Thousands of people. Why this man on stage, his wife comes up. Like, come on now.
That's crazy.
Come on now.
That's.
They said, send her back. Send her back. Nigga gonna say, I said something about. I didn't say
Jonathan, why don't
nothing.
you
It was
ask them to
crickets when
stop
they
saying
was up
Well,
there.
number one, I think I
tearing
did. I
his
started
wife down
speaking
today.
very quickly.
Like, come
It
on.
really was.
He
I
sterilized her.
disagree with it, by the way. But
Trust
I
me.
mean, we all seen the
and
I don't
felt
know.
a little
Well,
bit
haven't
badly
seen
about it. But
the
I will
real
say
affection
this,
of love, especially
did,
seeing
and I started
what
speaking.
we seen with just
Listen,
Barack and
I don't
Michelle.
know,
I
right?
mean,
I don't know what that is, Mizzy. Like honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he ordered her from over the sea. What he did,
from movies.
I'm not 100% sure. But that right there is not real, and that's not what is that. That's not a model for us. You know what I mean? Especially us. You know what I'm saying? That's not a model for us. It's about
Yeah.
love. It's about coming
Facts.
together,
Real.
speaking
real,
up
real,
for
real.
one another, holding each other accountable. And I would never let no fucking group of people sit there and tell me to send my wife back to send her back
Yeah.
while I'm at the fucking press
That's-
conference.
That's your wife.
That's
Yeah.
your wife.
But I mean, that's why we gotta stay up on everything and just stay educated on everything because stuff is not everything isn't as it seems. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get into that
That's
with
a whole
with
Follow
other
us.
things and all that. Exactly.
Right.
I'm
Like
down
this
to
video.
scratch you.
Alright.
But yeah, y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned to everything. Keep up on this subject. Keep up with us. We're gonna try to keep y'all in tune what's going on with everybody and all the candidates since the race is coming up soon. And the one thing that I said just recently, I think when we was voting, I forgot why. But I don't be voting if I don't know who I'm voting for. Period. I don't go out and blindly vote.
That's why
So
you
I'm
gotta know. That's why you gotta tell them how to.
and that's what we're
Look
gonna
up
try
your
to at
votes.
least do on the presidential side.
Just like how y'all look
Leading
up
up
motherfuckers and
to
stalk
the next
people.
presidential
Let me tell you
election,
how to
dude.
do it. Just like how y'all look up motherfuckers and stalk people online when
I
y'all
don't
want
stalk- I don't
to
be
know data.
online.
I'm talking about y'all, not us. We don't do shit like that. We're
We're-
working. For y'all who do shit like that, the same way y'all looking up random, nobody, regular schmegular motherfuckers.
Yeah, look up your politicians and shit.
Exactly, because
Look up
them
your
the motherfuckers
politicians.
that's feeding you or not.
Yeah. Or helping you get fed
Right.
or not. You feel what I'm saying? Special grants, all that. You know what I mean?
All
So, y'all know what it is, man. Stay tuned. Keep up with us. We going to try to keep y'all in touch with this whole political race, all the stories that's building.
Yeah.
Everything pop-wise as well. You know, we're going to try to keep it funky. And we got a new segment that's coming for y'all soon. I ain't going to drop nothing yet. But y'all going to see it when it drop. And,
Yeah, follow us.
Y'all know what it
Energy
is.
Music 215.
Uh-huh.
Follow the Midnight Hour.
Uh-huh.
Follow Philly Thrive. Look out for us. Look out for us, like you said.
The track.
Period.
It ain't new track.
New track. Oh, listen. Showstarter is out. We got 100 subscribers on Instagram. We got 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
100 likes on YouTube. Please
Let's go.
thank y'all so much for
Uh-huh.
just listening and following directions and subscribing and all that. Like, I really appreciate that because, like I said, it's a dog eat dog world out here in Philly, and we just trying to separate the reals from the fake here. That's all we trying to do. It's no gags orders over here. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So
None of that. You know what I mean? It's
work.
if you
over
hustle,
here.
you eat, baby.
Yes.
Ain't nobody hustling harder than us, babe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, y'all know. Just stay tuned. Let's talk about it. Mizzy World, Pamela G. Gang.